So, you just started using LinkedIn Premium. Now what? Well, on your premium company page, you noticed around 7.5 times more page engagement and 5 times more page views. Well done. And now, new clients are messaging you. All because you're using LinkedIn Premium, which helps you get the business growth you want. Think big, small business. Think big. Start your free trial at linkedin.com/premium small business. That's linkedin.com/premium small business.
Hey, business owners, we know you know the importance of maximizing every dollar. With the Delta SkyMiles Reserve Business American Express card, you can make your expenses work just as hard as you. From afternoon coffee runs to stocking office supplies and even team dinners, you can earn miles on all your business expenses. Plus, you can earn 110,000 bonus miles for a limited time through July 16th. The Delta SkyMiles Reserve Business Card. If you travel, you know. Minimum spending requirements and terms apply. Offer ends 7/16/25.
1,
2,
3,
4.
Monster movie.
Fun time, go! Monster movie.
Fun time, go. Monster
Movie.
Fun time.
Go!
Monster movie. Fun time, go.
With Precious D and Honeybee.
Fun time, go!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and neighbors, welcome to Monster Movie Fun Time Go. I am one of your hosts, Precious D.
And I am the other one of your hosts, Honeybee.
Honeybee and I are two best friends making our way through the history of kaiju movies. We started in 1933 with King Kong, and today we are, God help us, in the year 2017, and the movie is called Giantess Attack. It is also called Giantess Attack Year Zero for some reason. And it is on Tubi. Where else is it? Maybe that's it. It's definitely on Tubi.
That's where I watched it.
There's like 3 of these things.
Oh, God.
And this is just the first. It's from Full Moon Features, which I used to check out videotapes of a lot of their features back in the 90s. Good God.
Were they all like this?
No, most of them were better than this. I'm not saying they were great, but they were better than this. They had like a story.
Yeah.
And some of them have like Tim Thomerson in them and people I might have seen in things. They did Dollman, Trancers, Dr. Mordred, Robot Jocks, I think. I think they also do like the Killer Bong and Ginger Dead Man and the Puppet Master. They do Puppet Master and Demonic Toys and a lot of that kind of stuff. But I guess now they're doing
All right.
Giantess movies. This is directed by Jeff Leroy. I don't know how he pronounces it. And stars Tasha Takosa as Deidre, Rachel Riley as Frida, Christine Nguyen as the Metalunans, Jed Rowan as General Smedley Pittsburgh, Robert Rhine as Joel, Al Burke as Motor Officer, Eric Feiner as Reporter, Randall Malone as Dragoon, Jasper Oliver as TMZ, Sean C. Phillips as Big Fan, Mark Polonia as Soldier, Eric Spudik as Soldier, David S. Sterling as Dude on Street, Jay Wolfell as James Blobberon, Kelsey Zukowski as Person with No Name and No Headshot. This movie is what I would call porn adjacent.
Yeah.
There is no nudity in it, but there is a lot of scantily clad, two scantily clad, I guess technically 4.
Technically 3.
3.
Oh, 4, yeah.
One of them's double.
Yeah.
And, oh, good God. Anyway, a few scantily clad women This, I think there was a Kickstarter for this. It's partially crowdfunded. Must have been completely funded by people with Giantess fetish.
Or feet fetish.
Yeah.
Or pee fetish.
Or both. Oh, God.
or...
Yeah. So this is a thing. Some people have a Giantess kink or fetish or fetish where they just like the idea of, being picked up by a giant woman or crushed by her or
I don't hate the idea.
what have you. Well, it's not something I'm crowdfunding, I'll tell you that. I mean, we certainly watched a number of giant people movies, but the whole point of this one just seems to be to kind of indulge that predilection because the plot is almost non-existent. In fact, there's no Wikipedia page. There's no plot listed. I didn't take any notes. Honeybee, what are your initial thoughts on Giantess Attack Year Zero?
Oh boy. This movie reminds me of like when I would go to visit my tios and my mom would be like, no, you can't sit in there and watch TV with him. The shit he watches is not appropriate. And it'd be like this kind of shit. I feel like the humor in this is very outdated, like very 90s, like 80s and 90s.
Right, except it's 2017.
And yeah, I know, which is like, what the hell? But yeah, it's incredibly inappropriate. I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend it to a very specific kind of person. And otherwise, no, I don't recommend this movie.
and that specific person is probably already aware of it. They probably crowdfunded it.
Yes. And look, we're not here to kink shame, but also this movie, don't watch it.
Yeah.
Unless you're really unless you're into this and like you said, you already know about it. So
yeah. But I also feel like if that is your thing, that this maybe doesn't go far enough to be, interesting.
I'm dead. Oh my gosh.
I have a brief summary
Holy
here from
shit.
IMDb, which is two unemployable actresses, not unemployed, unemployable, become real superheroes thanks to twin space fairies and turn into giantesses.
That is not what happens.
What was the name? Well, kind of. What was the name of the show that they were on?
They did not turn into
Battle Babe
superheroes.
No, they don't.
Battle
No.
Babe and Combat Girl.
Right. They do turn into
Combat Queen.
They're playing superheroes, but they don't turn into superheroes at all. You're correct. They do turn into giantesses. Yes, Battle Babe and her sidekick, Combat Queen. Why is a queen a sidekick to a babe? That seems backwards. But they apparently for several years now have been stars of this low-budget science fiction superhero show and don't like each other or go through periods of not liking each other. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really, this movie is literally, this is what I think that, like, dudes think women are like. Like when they're fighting and then or maybe this is what dudes want women to be like. I don't really know. But this is very, like, a dude wrote this and directed it. And, like, it is very, like, all right, ladies, let's get to the next cat fight. Everybody's got their titties out. Okay, ready and action.
So,
it's just very
So they get into a fight on the set, and the director ends up firing them, even though apparently it's been a successful show for several seasons. But he decides he can just, I don't know, use stock footage or something, and he doesn't need them anymore.
Yeah. He also says that he turned down Titanic 2 and Orange is the New Black for this show.
There is a Titanic 2. Did we talk about this the other day?
I don't think so.
When I worked at Hastings, a couple young girls were looking at the cover of the DVD for Titanic 2. And one of them says to the other one, "Oh, are Jack and Rose in this?" "No, they're not fucking in this."
Oh my god. Oh my.
They're dead for
That is
nobody.
not a good question.
No actors or characters or anything from Titanic 1 is in Titanic 2.
I'm
Oh
dead.
my
That is
God.
so funny.
Yeah.
That is like the worst question to ask around you of all people.
Yeah.
Who
Well, they
hate
didn't ask
Jack and
me.
Rose the
Yeah, they
most.
didn't ask me directly, thank God. But no, I'm like, what? Yeah, but I would have been like, think about it for a moment, Miss. What do you think the answer is? Judas Priest.
Oh
Anyway,
my gosh.
so these girls get fired, and then they go home and get drunk and become friends again. So I feel like they've been friends before, like their friendship really goes up and down. And then the two space fairies appear for no reason. Was there a reason? I don't remember a reason.
Nope. No reason.
Speaking of porn adjacent, I do believe, well, probably all of these girls, but I'm pretty sure Miss Nguyen's been in some softcore things. I think
Is it Nguyen or is it Win?
I mean, it's one of those. Is it Korean? It's got an N in it. Nguyen.
Yeah, I think the N is.
Nguyen.
Yeah,
The N is
I
important.
think it's just Win.
It's not. Is it Win? I don't know. Just one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just pronounced Win.
But she's in like Haunted Hotties, Femme Alien, Attack of the 50-Foot Cam Girl, which is on our list. She will show up again in Giantess Attack versus Mecha Fembot, Bikini Sorority House. She was actually the best part of the movie, but why did she give them their?
The best part of the movie was that commercial about the caramel cookie candy smacks with the free pet in every box, and it's like rats and turtles, and it's like, if your pet is dead, call this number. That was the best part of the movie.
She gives so there's an Ultraman reference in here because she gives them a beta capsule, but what did she call it? She called it something else, a beta something. They were making a joke. Do you remember what it was called?
I don't remember what it was called.
It wasn't a beta capsule.
Let me see.
It was a beta something capsule.
I don't know, but I will say when she, her tiny little hand slaps the face, she's like, "I said silence," and her tiny little hand slaps their face. Oh my god, I was laughing so hard.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't remember why that she was giving them this capsule, and then she accidentally gets.
Yeah, she gave him the capsule because apparently someone somewhere wants to destroy the Earth, and they were the only two people. Yeah,
but she accidentally gets set on fire on the stove, and dies.
No, one of the girls catches her on fire.
Oh yeah, on purpose.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yep, on purpose.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yep.
So yeah, not superheroes. So it's been a couple weeks since I watched this thing. What?
Well, then like the military busts in and they call them things like, this is so funny, and I shouldn't laugh, but also I couldn't help but laugh. Like the military comes and they're like, "Hey, you clam slammers, I'm gonna straighten you lesbos out." Like, and then she says something. He's like, "Cool it, tuna breath." Like, what the
Which
fuck
we haven't
is
seen.
happening?
We haven't seen any evidence that that's the case, but this guy leaps to some conclusions. And does the alien threat ever materialize, or does the army just start shooting them up? I think it's mostly just the army, and I don't know if
the army was
tracking. I don't know if they were tracking the Metalunans. I don't know how they knew to burst in here at this moment. Maybe they detected the Metalunans. Oh, also, Metalunan that's a reference to an old classic sci-fi movie called This Island Earth, although they look completely different. They don't look like hot Asian babes. They look like bug-eyed monsters with their brains exposed. So, yeah. yeah, so then the pretty much the rest of the movie is just them stomping around, smashing shit up, and fighting with the army, and then God help us,
And doing weird fetish shit. There's definitely some foot fetish shit going on here.
right? And then at one point, the general gets peed on for no real good reason.
Nothing in this movie really happens for a good reason.
Yeah,
There's no
yeah.
reason for anything.
She and I don't. It just makes no sense. It's and I don't know how she even accomplished this. But he's standing down there and just gets drenched. He just gets drenched, and he's like, she peed on me. And then we cut to her just quickly snapping her waistband closed. And I just. What position she took to achieve this and not get any of it on herself, I don't know. It just was. I don't. I'm thinking about it way too
She
much. It was
popped
not,
a squat right over
guess.
him.
I guess.
Would
I'm just
actually be a
saying.
little easier if you were this big.
I just say what we saw didn't match up. Really, I don't. She got this pants up very quickly. Is what I'm saying. What else happens? I can't. Like I said, I didn't take any notes. It's been a couple weeks, and I think I've just
All right.
blocked it
So,
out.
yeah. They just proceed to stomp and destroy Los Angeles. And then they're not saving anything. They're just destroying
No.
everything. And then at one point, they bust down like a weed dispensary and put some weed into this, like the end of a tank or something. And they like get super high. And and then at one point, which is like funny, ha ha ha, but then she's like, the general who got peed on is like talking shit, and she picks him up and shoves him in her ass. And
I
then the
must
other
have
girl,
blinked. I don't remember
what?
that part. I must have blinked. I don't remember
Oh
that
yeah,
part. Which one?
she
The
shoves
dark
him
haired
in her.
one?
So first Frida, the dark-haired one, no,
No,
Deidre,
Deidre.
the dark-haired
Deidre's
one, yeah, shoves him in her ass, and then the blonde shoves him in her front butt, her
Well,
front ass.
that's not very sanitary. Seems like a really bad
Yeah, I
idea.
was like, oh my God, hello, UTI. Yeah, exactly. But it's really gross. Like, it really, like, I was just shocked. I'm like, this is not, I just don't want anyone to watch this movie. And
Right.
because she
And
not only, like, shoves him up there, but then she, like, puts on a show, if you know what I mean. Like, we get to hear all the noises and things, and then she like pulls him out, and he's like, sometimes he's like, I was shoved into this cavern, and sometimes at night when I'm alone, I'm still in this cavern. It's just like really fucking
ugh.
weird, man.
But none of that
And then because
is dis- none of that's shown too graphically though. It's just all kind of implied, right? I'm saying
right,
we're
right,
not
right,
actually.
like when he right. Yeah, when they're shoving him into places, we can only see them from like the chest up, you know?
Yeah.
So they're just
Yeah.
like doing this off camera, but on camera.
Yeah.
It's really disgusting. And then because they're high, they get the munchies and they start eating people, which I thought was pretty funny, but and then they start fighting again. And yeah, it's disgusting. This whole movie is disgusting. There's like little excerpts where like the general is like, I have PTSD. It's piss TSD, like piss dramatic
Oh, right.
piss syndrome. I don't know. And then there's like a producer at the beginning of the movie that they end up like looking for and finding, and um, yeah, he's like pretending like he has a lot of money, and he kisses like $32 and then puts it in his pocket, which I thought was funny. But then they find she finds this guy's the Joel guy, and she's like puts him in her mouth, and he's like, spit, don't swallow, and she's like, I always swallow. And it's just fucking gross. This is just the weirdest. It was really gross. Then they get back to fighting, and and then what's her face comes back, the hot Asian comes back. There's all these guys, like all these military guys. I'm pretty sure it's like the Marines or something, but they're all like on this boat and they're like, don't bring it up. Don't talk about when that giant broad got us stoned with her sexy feet. And then she comes out of the ocean and she's like, I'm back. And then it like goes back to the other girls and they're like fighting, but really one of them's like spanking the other one and she's like, oh, I like it. It's just fucked up. And then let me tell you something. Watching this movie fucked up my algorithm because then later on I was like recommended this movie called like Filthy McNasty or some shit. And I was like, no.
Okay.
Why?
Yeah. Filthy McNasty. I've actually seen that movie. I think I actually got it from Netflix back. Not Netflix. Netflix. Back in the old days when they mailed you DVDs. And I don't know why, because it was terrible. The description must have made it sound more interesting than it was.
I didn't watch it. I was just pissed off that it was being recommended to me because I watched this piece of shit.
Well, it's even more low budget and terrible than this one is. So yeah, do not.
And then we do get a little ending caramel cookie, whatever snacks, which was, like I said, the best part of the movie. I really liked the. Honestly, at the beginning when they were like in the fake show, and it was like bad actors acting like bad actors, it was pretty cool. And like they had the like puppet raccoon and the puppet rat, and I was like, fuck yeah, this is pretty cool. But then it just got really fucking bad and really weird. And I think this is like porn for people who couldn't watch porn, or porn for people who, I don't know, man. It's fucked up, and I just don't recommend it to anyone. I don't want any of you to subject yourself to this unless you're into that, in which case, go crazy. But I don't know. It was yikes. Yikes on a bike.
Yeah. Yeah, so throughout the movie, there's interviews with, like, the director and their co-star, the guy that's playing the bad guy on their show, and the general and stuff like that, yeah. And none of that's very good, yeah, either.
None of it is good. None of it.
Here's the crowdfunding thing. According to IMDb trivia, partially funded through crowdfunding site Kickstarter, the project was successfully funded by 123 backers who pledged $5,613 to bring this project to life in October 4, 2013. The launch goal was $4,000. There are numerous inside jokes referencing Kickstarter throughout the film. I don't know if I remember that. The Kickstarter jokes. But like I said, I dealt with the trauma by blocking most of it. I've Kickstarted a lot of things and never macrophilia movie.
Is that what it is?
Yes, macrophilia is a sexual fetish that involves giants. So.
Well, for all of you little freaks out there, we love you, but keep this one to yourself, please.
But don't worry, we'll be back later down our list with Giantess versus Fembot.
I hate it.
It's called Giantess Attack versus Mecha Fembot is the full title. Giantess Battle Attack is the third one. But we'll have a few better movies between now and then.
I don't know. Some of it could have been cool, but I don't know.
To wash the taste out of our eyeballs, I'm going to do a brief Kaiju Comics corner. A friend of mine gave me a comic book yesterday, a trade paperback. It collects some comics from back in the 90s, 95, I think, 96. It's called The Big Guy and Rusty the Boy Robot by Frank Miller and Jeff Darrow, and it got turned into a cartoon for 2 seasons back then in the 90s. But the comic itself is only like a 2-issue miniseries and then a special, and that's it.
Okay.
But they fight in the 2-issue miniseries. They fight a big old kaiju, and probably in some episodes of the cartoon they probably do that as well. The cartoons you can see on YouTube. They're all up on YouTube. So. maybe we'll take a look at those briefly. Anyway, it's from Dark Horse Comics, and it was listed on their website, but I didn't see a button to order it. But there was a button to click on it and preview like 9 pages of it. So that is our Kaiju Comics Corner for this week, for today. Check that out if you are able. I just wanted to try to talk about something positive after that terrible movie. Next week, it does not get much better next week with 5-headed shark attack.
You know what? I'm gonna venture out here and say it gets a little bit better.
It's a little better.
I'm gonna say it. It's a little bit better,
but not a lot. And that is on pretty much all the things. Free with ads. Zumo, Tubi, Fandango at Home, Crackle. So, of course, it's from the goddamn asylum. But what are you going to do? So, we'll be back next week to talk about that. Remember, folks, Kaiju Go is coming up soon. Join us August 16th in Dallas at the historic Texas Theater for a day of Godzilla movies and vendors with toys and T-shirts and what do you call it? Food truck will be there. There'll be artists there selling their wares as well, and it's going to be great. Can't wait to see you all out there, all of you, every single one of you. Honeybee, anything you want to say before we wrap this up?
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Parents of twins, if you're familiar with far-off drop-offs...
Dad, stop, right here.
Or get DMs about what's for dinner, you may be experiencing tween milestones. For your son or daughter, these can start at age 9. HPV vaccination, a type of cancer prevention against certain HPV-related cancers, can start then too.
For most, HPV clears on its own. But for those who don't clear the virus, it can cause certain cancers later in life.
Embrace this phase. Help protect them in the next.
Ask their doctor today about HPV vaccination. Brought to you by Merck.
Well, what are you gonna rate it? As big fat 0?
Oh, it's a. Can I give it a 0? I think I gave it a half a star on Letterboxd, but it is a 0-star movie. It's possibly even a negative star movie.
Yeah.
This movie owes me.
Bad.
It owes me stars. It is in the red. Star deficit.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, folks, this is one of those, we watched it so you don't have to weeks, so you're welcome. Thanks for joining us. Please like and subscribe and rate and review and all of those things. Until next week, I have been Precious D.
And I have been Honey Bee.
Remember to keep calm and take shelter in basements.
And please, don't misuse science.
We won't see you, but you will hear us next time on Monster Movie Fun Time Go. You've been listening to Monster Movie Fun Time Go. If you enjoyed the show, please consider rating and reviewing us on your podcasting platform of choice. You can leave us a message and find links to all our things at mmftg.com.
All right, here we go.
New Phineas and Ferb is here.
We're back, baby.
For 104 more days.
I know what we're gonna do today.
Of summer vacation.
I am ready for summer shenanigans. Let's do it. Oh, yeah.
All right. We're gonna bust Phineas and Ferb once and for all.
Are we gonna do this again?
New inventions, shenanigans, innators, adventures, and songs.
Brand new summer vacation.
New Phineas and Ferb starts June 5th on Disney Channel and next day on Disney Plus. On DisneyPlus.Disney.com.